Hello guys, welcome to this episode. Today we're going to talk about the F3B setup at the field, and this is the equipment you need.
So now we have come to the part where we have to set up the winches. The first thing we're going to look at is to make sure that the winches are stable, so it's not wobbling. As we can see, this is pretty stable. When we have made sure that they're stable, then we have to secure the winches. We do that with some sort of metal rods. So we're going to put them in these holes that are made in the winches. You can see here. We're going to put them in like so, with a little bit of an angle, and then we, not all the way, just so that it's secured in place. We take the other one also and hit in.
Now we have secured the winch, and we're going to attach the line on the winch, and by doing so we need our turnaround. So now we're going to secure the roll where the line is currently attached to. Just hammer this, and then we're going to need the loose part of the line to the turnaround. And now we're going to take the loose part of the line, going from the top to the bottom of the turnaround, like so. Now we're going to secure the line to the winch by doing it like so. Put it through the hole in the winch and make 1 or 2 knots, like a double knot here. Straighten it, and you can pull the line if you want to make sure it's tight.
So now we're ready to walk out with the turnaround. Make sure you get your hammer and your metal rods with you for this part. When we walk out with the turnaround, we have to make sure that we, especially for training, we have the wind as close to headwind as possible. So I'm going to walk the straight line this direction. Now we're currently 200 meters away from the winches to where we currently are standing. So now we have to secure the turnaround to make sure that it doesn't fly away. And we secure it by hammering it to the ground at a slight angle, as you can see, a little bit forward. And now the last part of securing the turnarounds, we have some metal wires where we're going to put the metal rods through and also put them in the ground at a slight angle, like so. And then hammering them down.
And now we're going to make sure that the line isn't crossed by holding the lower part away from each other. And you can do it by holding it like so. And just going.
So now we have the remaining part that was on the roll, and this is the part that is going to be connected to a parachute, which then afterwards is going to be connected to the glider when we're going to launch it.
Now we're going to put the line through this, which is some sort of protection for the line, by doing it like so. And now we have the parachute and the line, and we are going to assemble these into one piece, just like so. And with the protection on the line, like so. And you can make a knot in the end to make sure the protection isn't falling anywhere, like so. Just a tiny knot, just like so. You don't need to, but you can do it. And then to finish off the parachute assembly here, you need to get the parachute in front here, as we have it. Get these two together and try and make this knot right here. We have these two around your finger. Get it over across here. Take your finger off, and you will have this hole in here where you want to put this through, like so. And when it's through, you can just pull it to make sure it's good enough. And most winches have a hook, some sort of like that, where you put the parachute thing on here.
So now that the winch is ready, we just have to connect it to some sort of battery. When we have done that, it's important that you get the switch that is connected to the winch to activate it, that we get that attached into the connector. Now we have the battery connected and we have the line attached to the winch. We just have to make sure that the line is rolling correctly up to the winch, so it doesn't get stuck on one side, so we have an even distribution of line on the winch. And as you can see, I have now put the metal rod a little bit further into the ground, so the winch doesn't fly off. It's very important that we have this brake, as you can see, is in, because if it wasn't in, the line would go up and then roll back immediately. So this is some sort of security. As you can see, when I roll it, it is not moving anywhere, but as soon as I let go of this brake, you can see I am able to roll back the line. And when we test the winch to make sure that the line is even distributed on the winch, we have made sure that this is on the hook or some sort of metal screw so it doesn't fly off. We press the switch which is connected to the winch. By pressing it, you can see it activates the motor that's rotating the winch. And as we can see, this looks very good. We were very lucky that our winches were lined up perfectly. So if it happens that it's not aligned as perfectly as ours was, we were lucky this time, you can remove this metal rod like so, and then you can adjust it a bit forward and backwards to angle it more towards the turnaround. You can also use these. There are long holes in here where you can adjust it. Silicone can also be useful in F3B, where if the line is either too dry or if it gets stuck on the winch. We can either spray it when it's still, like so, but we can also use it while the winch is running.
Make sure that the upper line and the lower line is always the lower line, even when you're done, or else the line could break if you trying to switch like the upper line to the winch and opposite. And now we're done with the setup. Thanks for watching, and I hope this video was helpful for you.